Thank you for tuning in this morning. I am your host, Priscilla Mack. Rise, shine, and give God the glory. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today we have a special guest all the way from North Carolina. His name is Mr. Chazjackson, and him and his little one. They will be joining us. Yeah, they will be joining us. Okay, you guys, this is serious. Brother Chaz is about to bless us. He's about to bless our souls on this day because there are billions and billions of people on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Most of the listeners are on our Facebook. And so what he does is he helps entrepreneurs and coaches them with social media influence and, helps them build their engagement and goes over those things with him. So can you tell us the name of your business and what it's all about? We'd like to hear from you.
Yes, I truly appreciate you having me on this morning. Thank you so much. And ChazjacksonInspires.com is the business. I encourage each and every one of you to check it out. Again, I encourage entrepreneurs and small business owners beyond their greatest version. And really inspired to help them grow on social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and really flourish their home business or small business on social media by helping them in different tips on how to build, engage, and then sell to their target audience. And in that order, specifically, Priscilla, because a lot of times what tends to happen is a lot of small business owners, entrepreneurs will constantly just want to sell. And a lot of times what we tend to find ourselves is we don't sell because typically when we see people, for instance, get on Facebook, a lot of times they just want to connect, share, and be entertained. That's why people generally get on any social media outside of the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Again, they just want to connect, share, and be entertained. So what I've seen a lot, and I'm guilty of this myself, Priscilla, is I see a lot of people just want to get on and blast their products on their timeline, and that's just a no-no. So I'm just encouraged and inspired to help business owners do it the right way and inspire them to continue to grow beyond their greatest version. So,
amen. And I really like what you said about that, with how they get on there and blast it. And a lot of times, you guys, it's the multi-level marketers, and it's because they're new to the business and have not been trained to not do that and how to come off in a more smooth way, in a more inviting way. And the first thing that they do is just, if they have a can of lipstick, they're going to say, red lipstick, $2.99. Hurry up now.
Exactly.
Like, we've never seen that before. You know how many people folks have on their Facebook doing that same thing? What it shows is that it doesn't show your sale. It shows that you haven't been trained. Now we're concerned about what kind of leadership you have. Who's got you out here like this? I've been like that. The first thing I got my product, I got on there, hurry now, like folks hadn't even seen it before because I didn't know any better. And
exactly.
I didn't know anybody or anything like Chazjackson that could help me be successful in a small business or a multi-level marketing business on social media. So, and I know you've seen some things like that before where it's people who just kind of don't mean any harm, but that may be the case. And so how have you been able to work with or, spot your potential clients on social media?
Well, obviously the potential people that I have encountered and worked with and been mentored by, the first and foremost, if we encounter someone that has a timeline like this, first thing first, we have to get that off that timeline because, again, I don't know, I like using an example of the kiosks or workers in the mall. Those they had that little stand set up. You know, like when you walking by them, you want to walk by them quick because you know that they instantly going to try to come up and try to tell you or sell you something. So think of those kiosk workers. That's how you kind of look when someone scrolls on your timeline. If the first thing they see is you trying to sell something or something negative on your page, they're like, I got to turn the other way. Let me click off this as soon as possible. And, you know, some business owners, you know, they don't understand that, and that's not their true intentions, you know. They just want to sell. You know, we wake up every morning to figure out how we're going to provide for our family. So you kind of get it. You know, some people don't go into it thinking in that sort of way, but it is a bad way. It is a red mark to kind of get, you know, potential target audience customers to turn away from you. So, again, it's really important that we kind of get that out of the way and really, really coach people on how to build relationships, because at the end of the day, your target audience is going to buy from you if they trust and like you. That's what it's all about, building trust, and them seeing you as a leader. So that's one of the key things that I'm striving for. That's one of the key things that I'm striving the people that I am influencing and potentially mentoring to become a greater version of themselves, to build like and trust from their target audience. And the money's going to come. So I know we don't like to do it, but the money has to be on the back end. And again, from those three categories, build, engage, and then sell. So that's what I kind of promote.
Right. And then you learn along the way from your audience so that you can sell effectively and have a long-term client rather than a short-term person that just kind of skip by. So I think that's a really good tip. And can you tell us about some do's and don'ts that you recommend that for us?
Yeah. I think my little Zuri wants to say a couple of them, but I don't think audience is going to quite catch it from him. So, baby, I'm going to try to get some here going. So some of the do's, like I said, if you are new into the game, a great do is if you have any of your actual products, any of your company names, if you're part of an MLM, let's go ahead and just erase them as far as you can go back. So we need to scratch all that off. Another good do is, again, like we've been kind of talking about, and I'm going to keep pounding on this, is building relationships. You have to build relationships. You have to reach out to people because that's the marquee thing. And to kind of piggyback off of that relationship is one of the biggest things is building your avatar. And what I mean your avatar, who are you going after? You got to know who's going to be attracted to you and what you're selling secondary, because you got to be able to relate to somebody. You're not going to potentially be able to get a quality client or customer if you can't really relate to them, you know. So whenever you search for people on social media, I always tell the people that I'm coaching, you know, you have to pick people that you know that you can relate with, whether it's with a sports team or, you know, if they was in a certain profession that you was in at one point, you know. So that's really good to build your avatar. So getting a pen and paper out, figuring out who are age group, marital status, as far as a don't. Are you still there with me, Priscilla?
Yes.
Okay. So a don't, obviously posting your products online like that. And also, excuse me, guys, I really apologize. My little one is going crazy. I'm sure the audience can understand. Got a little 2-year-olds, man. So y'all bear with me, man.
I have my daughter sitting right here next to me.
She's sitting here chasing me with her little penguin, wanting something to eat. I'm about to pick her up.
Hungry. Yeah, pick her up. That's what
hey, we got to be authentic here, right? You know, hey, it's real life offline, right? You got your little ones, man. So we're grinding.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
man.
right.
So she's here with me, little Zuri Sarah. You might hear it because she's real close to me. I'm actually walking around with her right now. But I really appreciate you guys' patience with me. But the don'ts again, the biggest one is be gentle with your products and your company names. If you want people to come to your page, if you want to be attractive, don't slaughter that all over your page. And I know I'm going to get a lot of different views on this, but a lot of the political aspect of things, I know there's a lot of things that are going on in our country right now, not putting any lenience on anything. But, I would say in order to attract like-minded, successful people, positive-driven people, we need to keep a lot of that off of our timelines. A lot of our personal negative aspects of business that we are going through in life, a lot of times we got to keep that stuff off, because people are not, in my opinion, are not attracted to people that's starting a lot of trouble or have a lot of negative vibes. So continually putting out positive vibes on your social media page, your fan page, blogs, etc., that's going to be really important. Those are some of the do's and don'ts that I feel like in order for you to really turn things around, there's going to be some marquee concepts to add to your business.
Right. And again, with the political statements, I'm telling you, a lot of people, if you get negative on there, a lot of people will like it and follow up behind you. And those very same people will not be the people that are buying your product. They are just going along with the ramping show.
Yeah,
and when
exactly.
It's time for your bills to be due, crickets, remember that. So don't run off your potential clients calling yourself, expressing yourself, and your voice should be heard. When this matter will be over, and nobody will ever forget that you acted like you acted. They will not forget that. They will not forget that, and they won't want to be a part of it. I'm going into it because I've heard that on one of it. My voice needs to be heard, not in that tone, and that wasn't even, a wise decision. So don't be so quick to have your voice heard, especially without having all the facts, because you can put yourself out there. And when you are in leadership, especially an entrepreneur and MLM, people look up to you. And if you don't have all your facts straight and you're giving people the wrong information based upon your temporary emotions, you're taking them in the wrong place. You're taking them to the wrong place. Right. Stick to what you know for sure, which should be your business. And if you're going to share something, make sure you do it wisely and have all your facts straight. You can't share impulsively like everybody else does on Facebook when you are a leader. Everybody else can look at a post from CNN and share it right then and there. You better look around at some articles and get your facts, your story straight, and let time pass to get your numbers accurate before you start talking. But that's my jingle with that. Now, with social media, there's a lot. What about groups? That's my thing. How do we put groups together and maintain it?
Well, that's an awesome question, an awesome outlet to build those relationships. For me and how I approach things and how other 6-7-figure earners that I've encountered and been mentored by, they are really passionate about joining groups, going back to who you can relate to, right, at the beginning, building those relationships. And also just a cool tip on how you can, potentially get more clients is building a group and having a challenge with that group, I don't know, let's say if you're in health and wellness, for example, I actually was talking with a potential partner and client about this, where they actually created a group, health and wellness group, and was addressing, particular exercises to do to lose weight. And after sharing this 10-day challenge, building that like and trust with that target audience, that in turn turned into more sales because that person was giving value within that group. So there's been some big results found in doing challenge groups, which entail, again, once those potential clients turn into more sales eventually, once you build that trust, you also, again, because of putting up those live videos, them seeing your emotions, seeing how you carry yourself, you're going to build relationships, and then those groups are going to be longer lasting. So that group actually could keep continuing growing to where you can keep running challenges after that first successful one. So challenge groups is really a good way to stay connected and stay plugged in.
That's really good to do a challenge. And always want to remember to ask people if they would like to be a part of your group before adding them.
Oh, most definitely. Thank you for throwing that in there. That is a very, very important part. So don't just go add the people.
Yeah, and I speak from experience. I've done that, and it was not pretty for me. I got told, y'all. I got told off. Somebody actually put on Facebook, the next time somebody adds me to their group without asking my permission, I'm going to go in and steal all their customers. So don't be adding. I was like, ooh.
So actually backing up, adding to that do list is live Facebook videos. So when talking about those challenge groups, maybe just throw up a live video on your timeline and your fan pages saying that you want to put together a challenge, and you'll be surprised of how many people will be willing to contribute and join that, if you have established yourself as a leader. So it's a cool way to engage, build relationships with your new target audience, and build authentic ones, because that's what it's all about, building authentic relationships so that your target audience wants to hang around you, wants to be there for the long term and not just be like a quick fix, And always remember that you can't market to everybody, or if you market to everybody, I'm sorry, you market to nobody. So really get specific.
That's true.
Yeah, really getting specific, and it seems to really have some good effect. So,
I think that brings it down more realistic when people are able to engage with you. And when you bring it down to a more specific audience, you can be yourself, and that's much better than having to put on any image, because it's hard to keep up with that. But if you can just be yourself, you'll attract like-minded people, and they'll be attracted to you. You won't have to put on any kind of charade. So that's really good. Is there anything else that we should know about social media as far as being a business, when to post, statuses versus photos versus videos?
Okay. Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of people want to steer away from a lot of Facebook Lives, but for me, and where I've seen it really work and to really engage with your audience on an authentic level is posting Facebook Lives. As simple as watching a training, getting information off that training, and then just sharing what you learn. That's what it's all about. Become a leader, become a teacher, because we all have that inside us to do that, to be a leader and leave a legacy on this earth, and I truly believe that. And so learning and teaching what you're learning. Don't just look at a video and write down notes and keep it to yourself like it's a secret, because that's not the way it should be. Making Facebook Lives, always keeping positive vibes on your page. That's going to be a marquee aspect as well. When somebody think of positivity, for me, I want them to think, hey, I can go to Chaz's page and get a up-to-date quote, or just to see some positive vibes to get me in a better mood. So that's what Chazjackson Inspires is all about. GNG Gifting, the gift is all about, helping people experience that light. And that actually brought one of my favorite quotes to mind by Marianne Williamson that I want to share with you. And that quote goes like this, and you probably heard it, Priscilla, but it says, "Our deepest fears is not that we are inadequate, Our deepest fears is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who are we to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Who are you not to be? And that's what my slogan is for everything that I do. Is what really hit me with that quote is she said, it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. So that light that we mentioned earlier, that special person, that authentic person that's inside of you, you should be willing to share that online and offline, because whenever you shine that light, you're going to get sales. You know, it's not all about just posting that product, because what people are buying is you. They're buying you. They're buying your authentic self. And if you are real with people, whenever you post your videos, people can feel that. People can feel that energy coming through that video. You know, there's so many, like Eric Thomas, Dr. Miles Monroe, these guys that I've listened to, I mean, you can feel their positive energy and that they're truthful in their heart. And that's what keeps you going back to them. So if anything that you take from this whole message that we're giving you this morning is be your authentic self. Learn how to shine your light. And if you have trouble learning that, please reach out to me, because I would love to show you some of the tools that I've used to help me discover my light and also learn to share it, because at one point I was afraid of my light as well. And it took a lot of trials and tribulations for me to actually surrender to my light and to share my light. And that was also contribute by the grace of God, Jesus Christ. And God, he's just amazing. And regardless, Chaz Jackson Inspires is there. So I know I'm kind of going on a little tangent there, but I hope you guys kind of get where I'm coming from.
That's right. Good. I love that. So Chaz Inspires, is that what it's called, the business page?
Chazjacksonyoutube.com. I'm also I'm a youth speaker as well, so I have a separate page. My Chazjacksonyoutube.com is more business related. You can get on there, get free trainings for various social medias. Check that out. I have a blog on there as well, doing daily posts, or every other day. I try to get on there as much as possible, as much as Zuri allows me to. Some days better than others, but you know how the world goes. And Chazjackson.org is my youth page. You guys go check that out. Let me know what you think about it. Very inspired to reach out to our youth. Yeah, and so you guys check that out. Let me know what you think about it. Would love to come speak in your area if available. And God's working some massive stuff right now. He's definitely leading, and I'm just super excited about the future.
Amen. Listen, he gave a token of gold just then when he said that he was a youth speaker. You guys, it's very important that you understand it. Take advantage of people who will speak to the youth that are millennials, okay? Young folks adapt to them very quickly, and they build long-lasting relationships. I know if you have an organization, you wanted to get Dorothy all the way out in Oregon and whoever you've seen speak that speaks to you, but when you're talking about young adults, you need to have a millennial come in and speak to them. I'm telling you the truth, all right, because that's something that, just like you have a person that you've been admiring for some time, that's your time. Now, they need somebody to admire for their time. That's going to go on from where they are now and where they should be, and that's where the millennials are. So if you are have a youth organization of any sort, this is a great advantage. Not only can you reach out to him personally, yes, he is in North Carolina, but like he said, you can go on to his page. He's a motivational speaker, so he has different avenues of how to be able to reach and connect with you and your youth. So don't let distance come between you, all right? Never know. Our listeners are everywhere. We're global. So We just love what's going on here with the Good Morning Show and how people have been giving their feedback about how they've been learning and growing from it. And that's really what this particular show is all about, and we're going to keep that going. So if you love what you hear, call in and sponsor this show. This is KRGN FM, the Good Morning Show. Once again, Brother Chaz Jackson, Chaz Inspires on Facebook. Check him out. Thank you. Rise, shine, and give God the glory. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning.